Hello everyone, welcome back to Niko Vlogs. On my mind today, a musician inadvertently announces Gears of War 4, the Old Republic update, and a little something on Tomb Raider. Let's get started. So, yeah, no, I wasn't kidding. God of War 4, an unannounced title from Sony, has basically been announced because a musician put that he worked on God of War 4 on his resume, so we do know that there has been some, at least music for the game that's been developed. So if you're asking me if they're getting to the music, then they're considerably well done with the actual gameplay part, so that should be pretty good. I played all the way through God of War 3, and it was one of the most graphically brutal and amazing games I've ever played. Yeah, I'm talking about like ripping minotaurs in half lengthwise. Like, it's brutal. There's been some speculation that could come out this year, 2012, but I really don't think it's going to happen. If Sony hadn't announced it yet at the beginning of this year, I really don't think that they're going to release it within a year. Usually it's you announce it and then roughly a year later it comes out, or there's at least some more development. I just don't see the big release announcement from Sony, and so I think it's still going to be a ways off before this is actually ready. The Old Republic is being worked on by developers. I did repeatedly call it Knights of the Old Republic in a previous vlog, so sorry for that. But developers did announce that the Old Republic is being developed for Mac users right now. They wanted to make sure that the PC version was live and running well first, but they are going to branch off not just to Mac. They said that they're going to be looking at porting it to other consoles in specific, or in plural, and that Mac would just be the first. So that is very, very interesting. I don't know how an MMO would go over on a console, but it's looking like BioWare may try to look into it. I think I'll stick to the PC myself. Next up is there's a company called Crystal Dynamics, and it's basically part of Square Enix, and they're the main developers for the next Tomb Raider game. If you missed anything on the new Tomb Raider game, specifically the E3 trailer, I highly suggest you take a look at it. Link in the description, as well as anything else I talked about today. As always, I was able to catch the Resident Evil trailer at E3 Live, and it is one of the most stunning trailers I've seen ever. It takes Lara Croft back to when she's 21 and first starting to adventure, so it should be, a part of her life that maybe no one's ever seen yet. That's kind of besides the point, though. That trailer's a little outdated. Check it out if you haven't seen it, but the news is that this developer who's making Tomb Raider has announced in their blog recently that they're starting a new title. They haven't said what it was. I like that, they're kind of part of Square Enix. Square Enix is the developer who puts most into the Final Fantasy franchise, which I am such a fanboy for Final Fantasy. And then last but not least today, guys, there was this story about a woman who had a stroke. And I'm sure you're saying, well, how is this woman having a stroke related to gaming at all? Well, the woman lost her ability to speak, and she then, whatever her actual medical treatments were, she began to play the DS, the Nintendo DS, and she started playing, what's it called, the brain, hold on, I have it right here. She started playing games like Brain Training and Nintendogs and Cats and stuff, and basically a lot of those games are voice recognition. You actually have to speak in order to get a response from the game, and so she was able to use that to actually train herself to be able to speak properly. and she's basically saying that the 3D or that the Nintendo DS gave her life back. And so I thought this was just a really great inspirational story. And she actually she gave one to her neighbor who also had a stroke, and he's been able to use it for the same purpose. So it's really awesome to me that people can find other really beneficial uses for the games and consoles that the rest of us use just for entertainment. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, remember to rate it, subscribe, all that good stuff, as well as links to the stories. There's also Facebook and Twitter down there, so check those out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.